it's Coach Craig here, and today in art we're going to draw a bunny and honor a spring and Easter this month of April. The supplies we're going to need for today are a piece of paper, a pencil, and an eraser. So right now what I'm doing is you're going to take your pencil, and I'm erasing now, but you're going to take your pencil and you're going to lightly start drawing two circular shapes. The importance of you drawing lightly is I know for me, I don't know how to draw the perfect circle, so that's why I suggest you doing it very lightly. But you're gonna draw a big old like oval shape for the head. But you want it to be squarish, as you can see. And then we're gonna draw more of an oval shape that's more vertical for the body. And you just want to lightly do that, and then we're going to draw a line in the middle all the way down. You'll see we're going to draw the nose, and it's going to be like a heart. So everything is supposed to be symmetrical, even though mine kind of came out asymmetrical, but this is how it goes. Now I'm drawing the eyes. It's kind of doing like a half dome shape, and like I said, we're going to lightly do the dome area, and you'll draw two circles for the blush on the cheeks, nice and slow. And then next we're going to do the ears. The ears are a little tricky because you want to kind of define your lines. I know I struggled a little bit as far as when I was drawing it here, but that's why you draw lightly, so that you're able to define the lines smoothly. And of course, the importance of having an eraser, and this is why we're doing this in pencil. But you're going to, lightly trace up on the lines and kind of make like a weird L. I don't know what type of shape that is, but you're going to connect it, and essentially it's going to be like a very wavy triangle. And that's going to be for one side. The other side you're going to create like a flap with the ear. So you're going to start up at an angle, kind of back into a triangular point. And then you're going to come to a point where you start dropping the line back down. And this is how you're going to help create the flapping over the ear motion. Okay, so now we're coming back up, and then you're gonna kind of cut it in just so you can create that bent look for the ear. And then you're gonna draw I don't even know what those are called, but like the inside of the ear for the bunny. And so you're gonna do it on the other side, but the other side is gonna be a lot bigger since the ear's open on the other side of it versus closed on the other side. And so you're gonna kind of make like a spear shape. I really don't know how to describe these shapes, but you just kind of make like a cool closed oval shape. And then on the side where the ear is bent, you're gonna actually make a cute little flower for it to go over top of the ear. And then we're gonna make the little whiskers on the side. And then for this example, I did a smile because my mom and sister said it was weird for a bunny not to have a mouth. So here's a mouth. And now we are working on the hands. And so that's why it's important to have that line in the middle, because you're gonna draw both of the hands facing each other. And then we're gonna start with the feet, and I just drew two, irregular sized circles on the bottom. I didn't want them to be so matchy-matchy. And so you're just gonna lightly draw those. And then eventually you're gonna get to the point where you start drawing the paws of the feet at the bottom of them. And of course I try to make those irregular shapes because, no bunny's feet are like 3 or 4 perfect big old circles on the bottom of their feet. So I just wanted that to be irregular. And so yeah, here's our bunny. And then, you know, I'm just going back in now, and I'm just going back to define those lines so that when I get ready to erase, it'll be a lot easier. And so now I'm starting to get my eraser and, you know, just start erasing that. It's, of course, that big old middle line that we put through the whole bunny. And then just going in other areas, you know, cleaning up that line. That's why we wanted to draw very lightly. And then I'm starting to clean up little areas that were, you know, a little squiggly. And then now I'm just going back into, you know, to define shapes and just erasing lines. So I do a lot of back and forth between erasing and then going back and, you know, going back with my pencil and pushing the pencil harder on the paper so that I can define my shapes better. So that now I have a clear picture of how I want this to look like. And I know my shapes now. And of course, when you get to the flower, you know, just be careful. I mean, it's probably been better if I used the eraser on the back of the pencil to kind of clean up those areas since it's a little tighter, but it's okay because I just went back through with my pencil and just cleaned it back up again. And I'm just going back around my feet and making sure they're defined like I want them to. And of course they won't look perfect. And of course, you know, sometimes I create even more lines and then go back here and erase again and then add more lines. But it's a tedious process. But I mean, this is, like, you know, a good way to learn and practice drawings. So eventually you can get to a place where you're comfortable with defining your shapes the first time around, not the 30th. Of course, you want to wipe off your paper when you have a lot of stuff. And now I'm defining the nose again. And, you know, I'm working now on the facial features of the bunny and just making sure, you know, this is how I want her face to look. This is how I want her smile to look. And then going back in to just redefine the shape of the head again. So here's our final version of the bunny, I hope. And now we're going to get to a part where I'm going to start adding different elements to the picture. And so here they go. And of course, this video is all about, you know, how to draw a bunny, but these are just different elements that I thought would help add to the picture and of course add to spring. So of course, drawing the sun, which you can half see, and a bee and some clouds. And then I started working on the grass in the background. And just, you know, going back and redefining those shapes throughout the picture. And of course, like, you know, if you feel like you didn't get this far or this ain't what you signed up for, that's perfectly fine. But, you know, this is just me showing the process of how I got to my final image. All right, so then after you get done defining your image, I'm going to take a Sharpie and just go in and define all the lines. So. All right, and this was pretty much the final image of what we did today. And then this is another version I did of it, and this is the bunny without the mouth. And I went in and colored it. Of course, I'll have a coloring sheet in the description box below. So if you want to download that, if your picture didn't come out the way you wanted to, we'll have one available for you. Of course, please follow Girls Inc. and on Facebook and Instagram. And thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Have a good day. Bye.
I'm trying to clear nature and give it more soil. So leave a like on this video.